Hello, and welcome to another newsletter from Construction Programs and Results. I'm Michael Stone, and I will be sharing our newsletter with you. A quick reminder on a couple of items here. Even though we have slowed down a bit, we are still available for coaching or consulting to your firm. If you need help, give us a call. Remember our new book, Estimating Construction Profitably. It's getting very good reviews from our clients. And if you want to improve your estimating skills, this book will help a bunch. It's my birthday this weekend, 81, so I'm going to address a few topics that have been on my mind of late. For many of you, business has been good the last few years. The last real downturn we had in our business was back in 2008 and 2009. And that downturn cleaned out a number of contractors from this business. Frankly, many of them were gone because they were running their business like a hobby. They didn't follow business principles and weren't focused on making a profit. Keeping your business sharp and profitable is an ongoing process, and it's easy to get lax about the little things that can cost you big money. Let me share a few of them with you. First one I'll call ego purchases. I don't understand the need to overspend on company vehicles. I've seen trucks with all kinds of bells and whistles that make you proud to drive them. But at what price? No matter how much money you're making, how does it make sense to buy the biggest and most expensive vehicle you can find? Granted, they can make you feel good and you look great driving from point A to point B, but are you in business to impress others with your vehicle, or are you in business to provide a service and make a profit doing it? A vehicle is a tool. Its job is to carry you safely and dependably from one place to another. As long as they can do that job and look respectable, going beyond that is a waste of money. Now, you don't have to be as extreme as I am. I'm on my fourth vehicle since 1970. I currently drive a 1997 Ford F-150 with four-wheel drive. It's clean, it's dent-free, it's paid for, and it transports me as well as any fancy truck can do, and for a heck of a lot less money. Consider that the next time you think you need to buy a luxury liner. Next, can we talk about phone use on the job? Devin and I were on a walk recently and walked past a few building sites along the waterfront. The first building had 5 guys standing around. 2 were talking, waving their arms, talking and jabbering, whatever, while 3 were sitting on their bums, 2 of them staring at their phones. You've seen the look. No one was working, and it wasn't because they didn't have anything to do. It was easy to see plenty of work around them that needed doing. We kept walking, and behind the next building we passed another worker standing alone, deeply involved with his cell phone. He wasn't talking or texting, just reading. And when he came back maybe 15 minutes later, he was still there, reading his phone, no work getting done. Are you paying your employees to stand around and look at their phone? How much does that cost you? I know things are different now. We're all nervous to be caught without a phone in our pocket, but some jobs don't require a cell phone. Unless someone's expecting a baby or having a life crisis, in my opinion, cell phones shouldn't be allowed on job sites, except in the lead man or foreperson position. I told you it was my birthday this week, so humor me and at least give that one some thought. Finally, foul language. You know what I'm talking about. There's a stereotype attached to the construction industry, and it's not pretty. You know the guy driving around beat-up old pickups, wearing dirty clothes, whistling at women and walk by the job site and swearing up a storm. In reality, the construction industry is diverse. We've worked with contractors from all races and nationalities. We've worked with both male and female business owners, gay and straight. It wasn't unusual for our 2-day class to have at least one woman attending who was the sole proprietor of a female-owned business. The construction industry in many ways looks just like the buying public. Most contractors are now driving decent vehicles, or the biggest and best, see my earlier note. They clean up for sales calls, and they know whistling at women is no longer acceptable in any setting. This is all good. But for some reason, too many are holding on to the foul-mouthed stereotype. I want to remind you that there's a large swath of people who don't consider vulgar language acceptable, and they include your potential clients. I'm not going to define foul language because most of us could agree on at least a few words that are offensive in polite company. An old rule used to be that if you wouldn't say it in front of your mother, you shouldn't say it at all. My high school coach used to say, what you do in practice, you'll do in the game. If your language is raw, when you're talking to your friends or even to other contractors, you're apt to let a few of those words fly in front of your potential client as well. Even if it's an accident, for many that can be a deal breaker. You might not think dropping a few rough words is important, but the people with the money to buy from you might think otherwise. How much business can you afford to swear away? Zig Ziglar used to say that if you wanted to be paid like a pro, you must think, dress, act, and speak like a pro. One of our goals has been to raise the bar for contractors. We want to see the contractors build a stronger business, and we'd also like to improve the reputation of our industry. If you're using foul or vulgar language, whether privately or professionally, you're hurting our reputation and your own business. What you do in practice, you'll do in the game. If foul language is part of your vocabulary, even in fun, learn new words. If you don't, there's a good chance your language will come back to bite you. Thanks again for watching, and may the profits be with you.